Was it your leprechaun?
I'm a leprechaun.
Unfunny
Yeah, that
really
hurts coming from a guy who looks like he got too fat for his rollerblades.
For me, Ethan Klein from H3H3. Ethan, thanks, man, for making the time.
You're very welcome, and I just want to say, I know you called me, you said that I would be a layup.
I think I used something like that. Yeah,
and I think you're right, because I don't think I'm a very good debater. I think you know that. So I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what we were going to talk about is the initial quote that happened. I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional, and was you saying you don't even have to think about it regarding the CDC. And I disagree with that. I think people should think about it. I believe, and we talked about this through Playful Ribbing, in an aggregation of medical authorities and scientific voices to make an informed and rational decision. So where do you think that I'm wrong on that?
Stephen, do you know that the Spartans are like practice man love with children?
Oh, geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Cedar. What a f***ing nightmare.
Thank you, Stephen.
I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy. This is where we are. Yeah, I told Dave, remember I told you? I said I guarantee you he's going to do anything he can to avoid the debate.
Well, I just think he believes that he should debate you.
No, he doesn't. He just takes advantage of women with, mental health issues. Ethan Klein doesn't stand up and do his own fighting. Hold on a second, Ethan. This is because initially I came out here to talk with Ethan. Ethan, come on, man. Look, the same reason that I haven't ever had a conversation with Sam Cedar is the same reason that Joe Rogan, Sam Harris, Brett Weinstein, Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro don't owe him anything. It's based on a lie, Ethan.
Right. Okay. Let's talk about the issue.
So, Ethan, do you want to have a conversation, Ethan?
About the vaccine? Because
Ethan, do you want to have a conversation? You're going to hide.
You felt so strongly about it. So why are you hiding behind Sam Cedar?
Oh, no.
Have a conversation
Sam are aligned. I'm not hiding.
Well, you're just a liar.
So you're a liar.
H3, you know
Stephen, you're wearing
that we
a holster.
agreed.
So what?
Hold on a second, yeah? So? I want to normalize responsible gun ownership. Is that your debate? No wonder you had to bring in a hack for you. You have a holster, bro. You have a holster. As he takes advantage of mentally ill women for a show. Ethan's lost the debate. All right, this is sad. This is why we don't
Ethan, shut up.
All right, good. We can bring up here the direct messages with, I hate to do this, but with Ethan, it was, hey, we'll talk, you and I, man to man. No one else will come in. Matter of fact, I was going to say, if I have my phone, I can take a picture right here. There's no prompter. It's just him on a call, and he's terrified. I don't know how someone like that can live their life as a man. I can't blame him. He's sort of chosen his path, and this is what he does.
Right.
I was really hoping for better from Ethan. You know this, that anytime I've had someone on the show who I disagree with, I let them know beforehand, hey, just so you know, I disagree with you, because I've had journalists in the past, whether it's a New York Times write-up or Bloomberg, saying like, no, it's unbiased. Look, be left, be right, just don't lie to me.
Right.
You can't find a single person on the left who we listed among the debate who said like, oh, I didn't know.
Some offense. You've got a recovering alcoholic over here who basically gets accused,
that's true.
Accused of being a drunk on the show.
Yeah, you see, he said your co-host sounds like a drunk when his co-host sounds like Helen Keller learning water. But you're right, I'm the one that's been...
Yeah, like a ventriloquist when they drink the cup of water.
Right.
Yeah. Watch his show or rather watch 2 hours of the San Francisco gay chorus.
I'd rather watch 2 hours of my mom's funeral.
I'd rather pay for front row Nickelback seats. Too, he said, what did he say to Dave? It wasn't really. Was it your leprechaun?
I'm a leprechaun. Unfunny yeah, that really hurts coming from a guy who looks like he got too fat for his rollerblades.
He wears a gun holster.
He wears a gun holster, bro.
Holster.
That guy has a face Christopher Reeve would punch.
Oh, no.
Seriously, he's got the nerve to talk about me. He looks like an aging toddler. Have you noticed that? Like the only I saw this smug face of his too, where it's like. It looked like a mugshot of a guy who got arrested with a sweatpants boner outside of Gimble.
It's like, that was me.
It's this. It's just amazing though. It's these moments though where they go after like Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, yourself,
right?
And they do essentially nothing, and then they jump on top of it, saying they had these Dunkin' moments where the only thing he's dunking is donuts. And I know that was too easy, but you're a fat piece of shit. So I just want to point out that what he did yesterday though was pathetic. I sat here and watched it.
Right.
All he had to do was stand on his own 2 feet and admit and stand by what he said.
Yeah.
And instead, he snuck a guy on like he had a can of peanuts with the worm and with the snake inside. And he's like, "Gotcha!" And you're like, "No, we know it's in there, you moron." Worth like millions of dollars.
He has like a well, and that's
why does he dress like a ghetto ant going to Vegas?
Fanny pack and all.
I guess.
I'm gonna win this time.
I guess the pre-show roundup of taking the high road.
I'm not taking the high road.
No. Well, Dave is going to be Dave.
He looks like they fished Andy Dufresne out of the river of shit. So
After a couple of weeks.
Oh, what a mess. And yeah, I've been sober for over 10 years.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
For asking.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, you can think that I drink. I wish I drank.
Might soften the edge and having to watch this stuff.
It really would help me get through anything he says. But keep wearing. What is the T? What is his hat? TF? What's the T for?
What is that?
Is it total?
Total failure? I really don't know.
Total banned on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah,
total
cancel.
banned on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't want to go to.
No, you
No.
And
And that's
but
also
good for him for being a massive pussy. And then
And taking the
running
victory
around
lap, yeah.
YouTube and then running around Twitter telling everybody that he won
That
and
he
doing a
won.
victory lap. Good for you.
Yeah, $1 million worth of home, in Los Angeles, which is good for him.
Yeah.
But the issue there is, because he's had Susan Wojcicki, just so people out there know what this is. Just like the Vox, it wasn't about Vox, it was about NBC.
Yeah.
And he's
Did you say one of them was on speed dial? Like the vice president was on
he's
speed dial?
he's bragged. He has
President.
bragged in the past, and he just had this drama too with this girl who has, and I don't say this to insult her, a girl named Trish Paytas who has like mental health disorders.
Yeah.
Self-declared like bipolar and
Yeah.
schizophrenic, and this
Right.
guy Ethan hired her to exploit her. And he's talked about with her on air how he has the YouTube VP on speed dial and how he has the ability to get people banned.
Oh my gosh.
So that's always what it is. It's always difficult when it's like it's based on a lie. People are trying to get you to say something that gets you banned. And we want to have an actual conversation about these ideas. I would love to talk about the CDC. I would love to talk about the emergency CDC meeting with myocarditis, myocardia, whatever it is now with the vaccine. I would love to talk about how they were wrong about asymptomatic carriers, about children being carriers, about it not being a lab leak, about masks after vaccination. I'd love to have these conversations. You just never get to.
No.
You
And
can't.
that's the reason for a change my mind, because you get to have those conversations as opposed to scoring points.
Well, with that, I think people should realize there was no constructive angle or any sort of a conversation in what happened yesterday.
Right.
That's why the call was pulled off. It was nothing, and there was no reason to stay.
It was a
on.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh, got you.
We're
Surprise.
not talking about the CDC. We're not talking about
Yeah.
big tech. We're talking
That's
about
what we wanted
hearsay
to
and rumors.
discuss.
Yeah.
Do you get people deplatformed?
Right, which is always it's always weird to me.
Yeah.
Except it's not weird when you understand that it's like I want to get mine and then remove everybody else.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.